Before we get started, you should have the same web pages pulled up as me. You can find the links to them in the description, and you can ignore the JDK and Android Studio links if you aren't interested in creating Android applications. There is also documentation for this video that may help you follow along that you can find in the description as well. We'll start by downloading Unity Personal. Just confirm your eligibility and download the installer. Once it is downloaded, go ahead and launch the installer. Accept the license agreement and now you'll be able to choose what to install. I recommend installing everything IM, but you can exclude the items you don't think you'll need. If you ever need something you didn't install, you can launch the installer again and select what you need. So click Next and select your directory and install. Now we'll need Visual Studio Community 2017. Just click on the free download and then launch the installer. I already have it installed, but the install should be straightforward. I could click Modify, or I could go into my settings to show you what you need to install. If this is your first time installing Visual Studio, it should come up with a page that looks like this. If this page didn't come up for you, then you can relaunch the installer and choose the shown items and install. If you aren't creating Android applications, then that is all the setup needed. For Android applications to launch in Unity, you need a JDK and at least one Android SDK. We'll start with the JDK. I've had problems with JDK 9, and so have other people, so we'll be installing JDK 8. Just accept the agreement, select your OS, and you'll be on your way. The installation should be straightforward. Now, we'll install Android Studio. This will enable us to download the necessary Android SDKs. This installation should also be straightforward. While that's installing, I'm going to launch Unity and show you where the JDK and SDK go. If you go to Edit, Preferences, and External Tools, you'll find exactly where to put them. Once Android Studio is installed, go ahead and launch it. To download the proper SDKs, go to File, Settings, drop-down System Settings, and then Android SDK. It is important to change the Android SDK location because by default it is in a hidden folder. So change the folder, download the Android SDKs you will need, and then click Apply. Once the selected SDKs have installed, go back into Unity, go to Edit, Preferences, and then External Tools to link up your SDK and JDK directory. You are now ready to develop apps for both PC and Android.